Hey guys, this is Chris Matt and welcome to Why Came With Nice Things. Today we're going to be talking about microphones under $500 for filmmakers. This video is for filmmakers who really don't understand audio but need some basic direction, some basic guidance, what gear they should get for better improving audio. Before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications button. Side note, this video is not sponsored by anyone. I'm a sound engineer. I've been doing sound for over 10, 11, 12 years. It's one of the first things I picked up in the media world, and I just want to talk about it. I want to give my advice, and I realized that this could be some challenging for you guys, especially for the fact that you guys want to focus on the video and not really on the audio side. Let's get to it. The first type of microphone I want to talk about is the DSLR camera microphones, or the shotgun microphones that has a hot shoe on it, like this one right here that has this little hot shoe that could go on top of your camera, and you just plug it right in and you just get a basic audio signal that's very usable. The reason why when I talk about this type of microphone is because of the fact that this should be the first type of microphone you get for your camera. Obviously you could debate about a Lapierre mic or whatever the case might be, but chances are this should be the first type of microphone, mainly because first thing is very easy to set up. You just put it on top of your camera and you plug the aux cable into your camera, but also whatever this microphone's pointing at is what you're getting out of the sound, and of course being right on top of the camera, whatever you're shooting, you're getting the same sound from what you're recording. If you haven't gotten this microphone yet, or you're still debating on which microphone to get, my first recommendation is just to really pick out a microphone that's in your price range. The lowest I would go is around $50. Microphones goes up to $1,000, $2,000, but I definitely would never recommend you spending that much on your first microphone. But probably a middle ground is probably like $300 for the Rode VideoMic Pro. But pretty much for your first microphone, I will just definitely recommend whatever's in your price range, and it has the right connectors to connect with your camera. So if your camera has a 1/8 cable like this, an aux cable, I would recommend the microphone for that. Or if your camera takes some form of XLR, I would recommend a microphone that takes an XLR input. The reason why I just say just pick one type of microphone in your price range, just because of the fact that camera audio is very, very poor. And to be honest, a lot of camera microphones that are coming out today has really good quality, has really usable audio. And to be honest, being a filmmaker, being a videographer, and there's a lot of things that you need to buy. You need to buy cameras, you need to buy lenses, lights, so many things. I'm pretty sure you don't want to spend any extra money. So that's why I would recommend buying just whatever is in your price range for your first microphone. And then maybe if you start doing this professionally for either commercials or like a job or actual films or whatever, then I would recommend you upgrading to something a little bit better. But for your first microphone, literally just make sure you get a microphone that you could that fits your budget. Earlier I mentioned the Rode VideoMic Pro, and the reason why I mentioned this before is because it's a good middle ground to the shotgun microphones or the DSLR camera microphones. I know there's a lot of alternatives. I know there's Sennheisers and all the different brands, but pretty much a microphone that's a little bit lower in cost is usually for more personal or hobbyists, and anything more is when you really start diving into professional microphones. Finally, about this camera, it uses a 1/8 inch cable. It has a dB pad and a high pass filter. These are great controls. The next type of microphone I want to talk about is Lapierre microphones. These are the microphones that kind of clip onto the person's clothes and it stays there, and you've probably seen this in like the news or TV where a person has a little black mic on them or whatever color microphone it is, and pretty much that little microphone picks up all the audio on the subject. The form factor is very small, and you can put it on someone's person, and you could just do a set it and forget it type deal. One thing about these microphones is I would recommend an omnidirectional pickup pattern for these microphones. What that means is that certain microphones pick up audio differently, and an omnidirectional mic picks up audio all around you 360 degrees evenly. So that way for you guys, when you're putting these microphones on a person's clothing, you could just put it on their jacket or their dress or whatever they're wearing, and you could just put it whatever is comfortable for the speaker themselves and whatever is comfortable for you as well, and you don't have to worry about the audio. It will help you get a clean and even sound very, very easily. I would recommend two microphones. The first one is the Sennheiser ME2, and the next one is the Rode Lapierre Go. And the reason why I would recommend these two microphones is, one is they're both pretty good quality sound microphones. One thing with Lapierre microphones, chances are you're going to need a couple of them, just because if you're doing an interview or if you're doing something with multiple subjects, you would want multiple Lapierre microphones. So this is why I kind of chose these two, because they're pretty reliable. The one final thing about these microphones is that you may need some form of receiver receiver or recorder for these mics, just because of the fact that you don't want to plug these little microphones to your camera. You may want to plug it into some form of receiver or some type of recorder, so that way they could put it in their pocket, or they could put it somewhere that you won't see it off camera, but it's very comfortable for them, and that way they're not tied down to any cables. At this point, you probably knew everything about what I was going to say about these type of microphones. These are probably the first microphones you ever heard about. Anything after this is for either special occasions or rare moments, or just microphones I just found great use for in films. The first type of microphone I want to talk about is the Sennheiser MKE600. It's a shotgun microphone, but I put it in a different category than the first type of shotgun / DSLR camera microphones, that besides a 1-inch cable, it uses an XLR input. And also, these type of microphones, you can also put them on a boom pole. Outside the fact that this cable uses an XLR input, this microphone sounds really good. To be honest, I think it's just very easy to work with. I use it at my job. The next microphone I want to talk about, the Rode NTG5 condenser microphone kit, is a shotgun mic like the other microphones I talked in early in this video, but this microphone gives what's a flat response, and it gives a really true sound to what you're hearing. And of course, this is great for filmmakers and you want to get more of a natural tone, and this microphone will help out a lot just because of the fact that you're not getting any exaggeration in the audio. The next thing about this microphone kit is that it comes with a dead cat and a foam windscreen. Also, this microphone comes with what they call a pistol grip shock mount. The shock mount elevates the microphone so that way you won't get any unwanted noise or sounds that comes from holding the camera or holding the boom pole. The next microphone is the Zoom H6 SGH-6 shotgun microphone. It's a long name, and one thing about this microphones is that first thing is you need the Zoom H6 handy recorder, and that way you can plug microphones into them, and you can actually plug multiple microphones into them, and it operates on a battery. And this is made for film, so it has a time code and everything. And I like using field recorders a lot just because of the fact that it's very easy to use. And then secondly, this microphone plugs on top of the field recorder. Now you have this all-in-one solution for audio. And secondly, it's not connected to your camera, so sometimes you could put an accessory or you could put something on the top mount of your camera. The third microphone I want to talk about, before I say its name, I would really rarely recommend this microphone to filmmakers, just because of the fact that, again, if you have a million things to buy, and chances are this is not the first thing on your list, but I just want to mention this because this is a great microphone, and I used this on films before and they work really great. The microphone I'm talking about is a Blue Microphone Yeti USB and XLR combo. There is a USB only version of this microphone, and I would not recommend the USB only microphone just because USB is not very versatile, and it's really meant for podcasting, beginning podcasting, and it's not made for filmmaking. You need the XLR version. And the reason why I would recommend this microphone is just because of the fact that sometimes when you record indoors, and let's say if you're using a shotgun microphone, the shotgun microphone may be too powerful and may overreach, and chances are you may get a really direct sound or a very narrow sound. And sometimes you may want to use a different type of microphone. You may want to use like a condenser type microphone that's a little bit more wider, so that way you can get more natural tone that makes you feel like you're in a room and you're not isolated. One of the great things about this microphone is you can undo the hinges that comes onto it, and you can actually put it on top of a boom pole, and that way it could actually work with a lot of your gear. Another reason why I would recommend the Blue Yeti microphone is that you could actually change the pickup pattern of this microphone. And what that means, a pickup pattern means is what does the microphone pick up? Do you want a closed signal or you want something very wide, like a 360 degrees signal? The next microphone on my list, it's in a different direction of all the other microphones, but it's the Shure MV88 Plus. And this microphone is actually for the filmmakers that are trying to make films or videos on their iPhone or their smartphones. It also comes with a tripod or handle for your smartphone, so that way you can get more stable shots, but also you can have a microphone connected to your smartphone. And pretty much this gives you just a great quality audio for your smartphone, gives you a great stable video as well, and it's a really good one-stop shop for your smartphones. My last microphone on my list, and it kind of goes in the same category as the the blue microphone I just talked about, the blue Yeti. Again, it's Filmmakers. You guys don't want to spend a lot of money on microphones. It's the microphone I'm using right now, this guy right here, but it's the Shure SM7B. And the reason why I'm talking about it is that I am recording a video right now, and I'm using this microphone as the microphone for the audio for this film. And this microphone has a really great professional quality sound for its price range. For some of you guys, $400 may be a lot, but for $400 and the tone and the sound and the crispiness of this microphone is actually a really great value. And for a lot of studios and a lot of people in the field, this is actually a staple in the audio world. One thing about this microphone is that this microphone is a dynamic microphone. A dynamic microphone does not need any additional power, so it's very easy plug and go, and it also just very easy to use, very easy to set up. You just put it on a boom pole, or you put it on a mic stand, and you just plug it into your interface or your recorder or your soundboard or whatever you're using for the shoot or video or whatever you're doing, and you get a really great tone. One reason why I would recommend this microphone for you guys is if you guys are doing some form of indoor interviews, or anything, if you're doing podcasts or the human voice, anything like that, anything indoors, this microphone will shine really well in an indoor situation. And that's it. Thank you for watching Why Can't We Have Nice Things. This is Chris Matt, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications button, and I'll see you next time. Peace.